welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zach's Books, and today I have got my wife with me again.
Round two! Woohoo!
2-for-1 deal, let's go.
Huh?
And today we are going to be sharing unpopular opinions.
Book edition.
Yes, of course, what else? So be ready to fire up your comments and fire back at us. Or just sit and watch the video.
Let's get into it. Woo! I think I have a few more than him, so maybe I'll go first. And I'm gonna start off. Okay. Some of these are like whatever. Some of these people are gonna be like, are you serious? Okay. I think that the Acotar series, A Court of Thorns and Roses, like, I have no interest in it. I think it is like so overhyped, and I really don't understand the hype around it at all. And I will never read it. I have no desire to. But, you know, all of you people who like it, you do you. But it ain't it to me. People aren't gonna like that one.
That's fine.
It is all. If you want to see opinions about it, go on Bookstagram, and I'm sure every like 10 pictures you swipe through, someone has posted about that series. I can like bet on it. You don't even know what that series is. I
don't, and I'm gonna keep it that way.
Yeah. All right, what's your first one?
My first one. See, as a kid, the movies were okay to me, but I never could get into the books, and that is Harry Potter kind of sucks.
Woohoo!
Start blasting away down there, folks, but I just can't get into it.
Neither of us, by the way. I do not enjoy Harry Potter.
When I was younger, like I said, the movies were cool to me. Could I watch them now? Probably. But the books, I couldn't get through it. I own them. I have them. I just can't do it. I just have Stephen King as a priority, and I just don't think it's as good as people think it is.
Overhyped.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay. My next one is going to be that I personally think that UK covers are better than US covers, and I don't know how. I haven't really looked into other people's opinions about it, but I have a feeling that might be an unpopular opinion. There are a lot of his Stephen King books that we have like looked on Book Depository and seen the UK covers of, and I think that they look better than the US ones. I'm thinking of some like standout books, like My Dark Vanessa was just released this year. I think that the UK cover is so much better than the US cover. That's just like one example. I could honestly like name so many, but still for like Stephen King, I think that the 11/22/63 cover for UK is like so cool compared to the US one.
The paperback version. I don't know what the hardcover one looks like. There are a couple hardcover UKs that are a little
Revival
better.
Had a really cool cover. Anyway,
the Institute.
In general, like, it's like not always the case, but a lot of the case. That's personally my opinion. Don't at me. I'm
torn between it. Some of the Stephen King covers that are hardcover are cool in US, and some are cool in the UK.
Right.
I'm torn between. My next one, if you exclude the Dark Tower series, I just am not a fantasy reader.
I'm not either.
I just can't get into them.
No.
The Dark Tower was able to snag me, not just because of Stephen King, but because it was written well.
I don't know what it is about fantasy, though. I don't know if it's just because, like, you're imagining a world that is honestly, like, not a world, but you could make that argument for, like, a lot of books are written as fiction, so they haven't happened before. But, like, a lot of fantasy books I've tried to read, I just get so confused about, like, I just can't, like, I have a problem picturing the world, I think.
And then when they start kind of talking in, like, their own kind of, like, language and lingo, like, in the Dark Tower, like, they have, like, their own kind of, like, dictionary of, like, words they use, and yes, it's confusing, but the story just goes so well and so smooth that, like, you kind of just put that on the back burner because you're able to just sit and go through it.
I wish I liked fantasy. There are a lot of fantasy books that I wish I could sit through and read, but I just...
Dune.
I just can't.
Or is that more science fiction?
I don't know. Okay. My next one is something that he does not agree with. But I do not see the point in collecting the same book in a bunch of different styles. Stephen King collection video coming soon. I personally don't understand it. If you own the book, you own the book. Be excited about it. Like, for instance, I know that going back to the Acotar series, I'm like playing with a pen right now. The Acotar series just came out with specialty covers, I think this year, and like so many people bought those even though they have other copies, and I just don't get. And Harry Potter, like, I feel like a new cover is released like every year for that, and obviously they know what they're doing because a lot of people are buying those specialty covers. To me, if I own the book, I'm like not gonna buy a special cover for it.
I'm on the other end of the spectrum with
Yeah,
that.
he don't agree with that.
I have got, with all Stephen King books excluding Rage, I've got at least one copy of hardcover and paperback for everything he has written, novella and novel-wise. And I've got a bunch of them. I think I've got around 250 Stephen King books. And that's...
Collection video coming.
Yeah, collection coming soon. And that's including all the paperbacks, hardcovers, other versions.
Yeah.
I've got doubles of a lot of them and triples of some. I think I have 4 of some. I think The Shining, I've got like almost like... If it includes specialty, like where it's tied in with another one, I think I've got like 7 or 8 of The Shining. But...
So yeah, he's definitely... We don't agree on all of our book
so
taste.
her opinion's an unpopular opinion in my opinion, so...
Stop. Okay, I'm going to do another one. Okay, piggybacking off of that, I think that specialty books, like sprayed edges, is like not a look. Sometimes it can be done pretty, I guess, but I just want like a clean, crisp, like, I don't need sprayed edges. A lot of times it can pull like really tacky. And also I'm putting the books on my shelves like with the spines out, so you can't even see the sprayed edges anyway, which I feel like a lot of people do. So it's like, why bother?
Yeah, I mean, I've got, I think, 2 or 3 hardcover Stephen Kings that have got like a sprayed edge. I know one for sure, and then I have a Joe Hill one that's like that too.
Yeah.
Without me, I can't even see them, so I don't mind it. But at the same time, once you get it and you're like holding it, it's like it just feels weird. Like it's like the pages need to be even. Otherwise, it's like just kind of like woo.
Okay, what's your next one?
I prefer audiobooks over physical reading. I get distracted super easy. And if I'm sitting there reading a book and something falls, I suddenly want to know why it fell. What is it? And like I just want to know like everything about it.
Well,
the other thing with the audiobooks is I'm able to sit, listen, and be able to do something at the same time.
I agree with that.
So I can sit here and like play a video game or play a game on my phone or my iPad or whatever. I don't need to be like, endoused into the book, like into it super hardcore. Now I can do it. I'm
like trying to get a word in so bad right now.
I know you are.
I'm just like, I can't even find a way to get in.
You can't squeak in. I can't.
Alright, so this is my opportunity. I think that the people who say that reading audiobooks or listening to an audiobook does not count as reading a book, like your opinion is unpopular with that, because how is it not? I'm still getting all the same words that I am through someone telling me them, through me reading them. And if I can be cleaning my house and listening to a book at the same time, like that's goals. Like, let's be honest. So to me, audiobooks we both are probably like 85% audiobook and like 15% physical.
Stir backers.
But actually though, we are like 85% audiobook, but we follow along in the physical book.
I'll keep track in the book of where I'm
So we kind of do both.
I'm not just like, here's the audiobook. I'm just going to keep the book on the shelf and just listen to it. I'm going to pull the book out. I'm going to follow along with it. It's just, it's hard to explain. But I just don't enjoy the physical reading aspect as much as I do somebody's reading me a story. Like, I
just feel like I could be doing so many things and I want to read. So audiobooks are the perfect thing to do.
It's also nice just hearing...
Okay. Wow.
You took too long on your pause. It's also nice just hearing somebody else like read. The person who read the first 4 Dark Tower books, I think his name was Frank Muller, really, really good storyteller. I loved his accent with like all the characters. And then the guy who did 5, 6, and 7, he was good, but just couldn't compare.
A lot of times the author of the book is the one who reads the audiobook too. And so it's like, why wouldn't I choose to have that author read me the book? Because they're going to read the book in the way that they wrote it, with like the exclamations that they want to use. And, like...
That's my unpopular opinion right there. Whenever Stephen King reads his, I just can't follow along with it. He's read Run Through the Keyhole and Elevation, and it wasn't as good as the other people.
All right, next.
Agree to disagree, babe. I love you.
Next. We only have a couple more. I think that we both agree with this unpopular opinion, but like the Twilight series is not great. Like books and movies, and he hasn't read it just because he has literally no interest in it. But for me, I read the books and I watched the movies, and like Bella Swan is literally like one of the worst characters. Like can't get into it too much. I think that the most, like, for nostalgic purposes, like, I do not gravitate towards Harry Potter or Twilight. You would probably say what, Hunger Games?
Yeah, Hunger Games.
A nostalgic read.
Yeah, Hunger Games is a really good series. I have not read the last one yet. Still need to. Song of Songbirds and Snakes, or
something around that.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Mine is Pretty Little Liars. That TV show we both watched together, and it was so good. So if I like really am like trying to get those feels, I'll like read that or something. But honestly, I still probably wouldn't even read that. I would like watch the show, but. Yeah, she like her only motivation is to win over Edward, and to me, it's like no, I can't get into it. It'll take way too long. That's like a whole video, but just Twilight is just like not great. Anyway, next.
Fun fact though, I did start Twilight when I was in middle school. I read like the first like 100 pages, but.
Ooh. Okay.
And I have not read a page since. It's my longest left on the shelf book. Insomnia, January 2020.
Alright, we each have one more left.
This one is... I personally like watching the movie version before reading the book, because I know... With me trying to be an author, I know I'm trying to paint a picture for the reader, like this is what I want pictured. But sometimes, like watching the movie and then reading the book, you get a better idea of who you're picturing. And
I don't think that's...
because I know the big one is The Shining. A lot of people don't like Stanley Kubrick's movie. And
video coming soon.
Yeah, we're going to do a video on The Shining and Dr. Sleep and all that stuff. But... I personally really like...
You want to put faces to the names, and you want to put... Yeah, you want to see...
A face to the character, and, and I get it. I'm supposed to try and picture the person myself. There are a few books that I have read where there's no movie, and I'm just trying to, like, picture it, and I just picture, like, normal, like, people I've seen. John Daly from The Daily Show. I pictured him as the doctor in Jeremy Bates' The Sleep Experiment. No idea why. Not even close to the description. That's just who popped up in my head. The little dweeby blonde-haired kid in the Polar Express with the glasses. I thought he was somebody in The Long Walk by Stephen King. If you guys have watched Stranger Things, Alexei, the guy in season 3, I thought that guy looked like Eddie Dean. It's like without seeing the person, you just picture random people that like half the time is not even fitting the description.
I agree with you.
Because that's
For the most part, yeah.
I just picture random people as the person, and I mean they can describe me as someone with brown hair, and I picture someone with white hair. I've got no idea why. If I don't have a definitive person that I'm picturing and looking at, got no idea. There's some muggy looking person from Boston. Okay, well, who's that? Mark Wahlberg, John Cena. Who am I looking at?
Okay, rant over. Okay.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, last one. This one isn't like super crazy, so we're ending it on like a whatever note, and we both agree on this one. I think that, well, this is like a two-parter, that we both will read more than one book at a time. Like, the most that we probably have been reading at once is probably like 4. I wouldn't like strive for that. I probably, on average, will do like 2 or 3 at once, but I'm never just like really like in the middle of only one book. And then also do you have a comment to that?
I've gotten better with it. When I first started like heavily into like my reading stuff again, I was just like one book and she'd be like, read this one too, and I'm like, no, I need to focus on this one.
If they're different enough.
I've gotten better with it. So through my Dark Tower journey, which that'll be a video, I've been, because that's one whole long series with 8 books in it. I'm not going to read them back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I'm going to be reading one and then read a few, then one, then read a few other. So in the back of my head, I've got the Dark Tower series going on, but I'm also trying to keep up with the books that I'm currently reading. So I've gotten a lot better with it, and the Dark Tower series definitely helped me with being able to multi-read.
Okay, and then the one going, I don't know if it goes along with that, but that would be that I can stop reading one book and I can jump into my next read like right away. I know a lot of people are like need to digest the one book, and then like they'll get into their new book maybe like the next day or something. I think we both are kind of like this. You did last night. If like, again, if the book is different enough, like I'll finish one book, write my review right away on Goodreads. I'm starting to not like that as much, because after I think about it for a couple days, I'm like, yeah, that review isn't exactly accurate. So I'm trying not to do that as much. But anyway, like I'll jump right into a new book and just like go at it. What do you think?
I mean, I agree with that. I had a day when I read the uncut version of The Stand. I finished that audiobook and then jumped right into Carrie, and I finished that in a day. Then I jumped right into Colorado Kid, and I finished that in a day. So I finished 3 books essentially in one entire day.
Because you had them all going at once.
And because right after The Stand was done, which that took me like 3 weeks to read. As soon as that was done, jumped right into Carrie. As soon as that was done, jumped right into Colorado Kid. Finished it by like 9 p.m. And I could have probably started and finished Joyland too if I wanted to, but I didn't. So I have no issue with it, because I'm usually just doused in the book like right away and sticking with it till the end. As soon as it's over, unless it's like a series where there's going to be a sequel or others, I just kind of like click it out, so I don't have to like process it as much in my head.
Yeah.
So that's, you want to be thinking about the book, you want to remember the book, but when the first time I read it, which eventually I'm going to be doing all my Stephen King books again, because I know a few people read them like 3-4 times, and I'm not there yet. Well, yeah. Once I'm done with doing the first initial read, once I'm done with my first initial read, all of them, I'm probably going to take a little Stephen King hiatus and get to some other stuff, and eventually get back to it and maybe read them in chronological order this time. I don't know. Different video.
But that's it for this vid.
So those are our unpopular opinions.
How unpopular are we?
Don't hate us.
Woo!
What are some of yours? Let us know down in the comments below.
Yeah, please let us know. I want to see.
Because I want to get some feedback and figure out, what are some things you guys don't like.
Maybe if we'll put it on our Instagrams and we'll like react to some of the other people's. Go follow us. Those will be linked down below.
Yeah, follow us down there.
Our Bookstagrams and our Goodreads.
Both of them will be down there.
But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for having me for round 2. Should there be a round 3?
Trifecta.
Woohoo!
We'll see. Triple play.
That would be fun.
But yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.